Alright, so before we get into this review, rankings of how you guys voted will be in the description, but I wanted to ask you guys a question because Toriko, the manga, actually, you guys voted a lot for this particular week. You got like over 20 votes, and I was just curious, did anything epic happen in that particular chapter? Because to get over 20 votes, when normally Toriko and my little rankings and whatnot, how you guys vote, it gets maybe like 5 votes, 8 votes. So I was just curious as to, did anything big happen this week in Toriko? But yeah, description you'll find the rankings for this week of how you guys voted. Hungry Joker 10. Now, a couple things happening in this chapter. A little bit of a slowdown, more so of a setup for this chapter for, you know, the next upcoming arc. A couple of interesting things, though, to talk about. First of all, this whole thing with Haiji going on this mission. And there was something that Mita said that got me real curious and kind of links back to maybe possibly the author using the Zero chapter of Hungry Joker. A lot of you don't know, there was a Zero chapter, which was basically like a one-shot of the series prior to actually it being serialized. And something that Mita said when she was talking to this boss guy from the White Jokers was, no, he's still human right now. And then the guy says, okay, keep watching his appearance. And Vivi will watch his appearance as well. Now, does the using the Eurekas, however you want to freaking pronounce it, because, you know, there's so many different ways to pronounce it, but I guess I'll call it Eurekas, since a lot of people say, no, that's the correct way. But, maybe using these, you know, I guess, instruments or whatnot, especially since he's actually eating it, what if eating that actually will change, or using them constantly change your appearance? And if anyone's read the Zero chapter, at some given point, Haiji has like a metal mouth, like a hawk mouth with like big metal teeth. What if eventually like he's going to use that material, and after using this Eureka so much, eating the apple, Haiji will start growing these big fang teeth, this hawk mouth, and it will make sense because, you know, he controls gravity, but it also, when he like screams with the metal mouth, it looks like it kind of like is really powerful. So I'm just curious to see if maybe he's going to adapt that after some given point. Haiji is going to start taking on a more crazy look, and it's going to start transforming his body. That'll be interesting if he uses that material, and I would really like to see that. But yeah, judging from the way they said it, if he keeps on using it and not, like, you know, taking care of himself, he just might actually start going through like some transformation that'll make him look not really human. Characters introduced in this chapter, her name is Vivian Blancard, or Vivian Blancard. And something interesting about this is that a lot of people say that, you know, Haiji and Chitose, they don't have like these standard shonen character traits. And the thing I like about it is that Haiji is who he is. He's serious, he's sarcastic, but the cast around him is what gives you that typical shonen feel. Because Vivian shows up, and automatically it's funny, you know, she's like, oh, I'm a lady, but at the same time she's very rough. So you have these colorful characters around the serious and sarcastic Haiji, and I think that's different, and it's refreshing. You don't have the typical, hey, don't make fun of my scarf, or, you know, just the typical funny stuff. Like, why not have a serious and sarcastic kid? I think that's awesome. And the funny thing is, like I said, I always say that you can clearly see that the mangaka has a lot of inspirations and a lot of things that he, you know, thinks of and he tries to incorporate into the manga. When Vivian shows up, because she's supposed to be a steel woman, which is interesting. I can't wait to see her power. I'm guessing maybe her whole body turns into steel when she starts fighting, because she says that she's weak, but when she probably takes on her form, that's probably when she gets strong. She's able to like beat the crap out of people in like some steel body. That's just my guess. But the joke that really had me laughing was Haiji walks up to her and starts slapping her chest, and he's like, where's your tits? Do you have a steel plate over them? Totally reminiscent of early Dragon Ball, where Goku was just slapping asses and tits and all sorts of things, saying, you know, are you a boy or a girl? So that definitely had me laughing. And then Vivi was getting pissed off because she goes to Chitose. Chitose's trying to hold her back, and it had me dying, where she's like screaming, and then she looked at Chitose, and Chitose got tits. I don't know why I found that freaking hilarious. I thought that was just funny as hell. And then we go to the castle, and the Nilly guy, I think his name is, or Nils, creepy as hell and weird. I hope he doesn't stick around too long, because he just has a real creepy vibe. And this whole fog thing and the witch that they're looking for, which apparently they think is it most likely is a Eureka. So I'm guessing that maybe whatever this power is obviously creating this fog. Maybe the woman found a broomstick, and it has something to do with creating fog, and she said, well, you know, my life is misery, I'm a witch now, and put on a witch hat or something. I'm just guessing it could be like some disturbed person, because if you look at Nils, dude is weird as hell. and this woman is probably even weirder, you know, walking around with a witch hat, probably thinking she's a witch just off of having this eureka power. That's just my guess. Overall chapter, pretty good. For a setup, it's actually really good. I'd give it anywhere from a 3 to 3.5. I'd say, you know, it had some good setup, a lot of more questions asked, and just a lot of good stuff in it. It wasn't like the craziest. There wasn't any action, which you don't always need action for, especially for a setup. You know, if you're setting things up is good and it's moving the plot along, asking a couple more questions. I just can't wait to see where this goes, see what this witch can do. Like I said, I hope it has something to do with a broomstick and, you know, creating the fog. And also, I can't wait to see if Haiji is going to go through some transformation, because it's looking like we will go that route eventually. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Hungry Joker going crazy, because it's like, even in the setup stages, we still get some interesting stuff going on and some more questions being asked. And I hope we get to find out who that guy was from the White Joker that was talking to Mita, because it kind of looked a little bit similar to the dude that the electric guy saw. Like, he said, oh shit, he looks like Haiji. You know, who knows? For all we know, the leader of the White Joker could be Haiji's father or older brother. Can't wait to find that out. But I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.